Morning, all. All right, so good morning from what should be a toasty location today. Summer's arrived way too early. I'm not ready for it. Anyways, we have one game today in the National Hockey League. Since two series are done, there's just two left to go. And Dallas is going to try to end this one tonight. Dallas is in Seattle, so Seattle being at home, they will not be an easy team to defeat at home. Dallas does lead this series 3-2. If there's a game seven, of course, that'll be in Dallas on Monday. And on some level, I kind of want to see a game seven. Yet, as a Dallas fan, it's better to end it if you can while you can. Jamie Benn, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. I got his name on the board because for Ben, this feels like the kind of game where he should come up with a big goal and help send them to the next round. He is their captain and veteran. And I've got Adam Larson's name on the board because honestly, I thought he was Seattle's arguably their best player in the last game. Both offensively and defensively, he's kind of doing a little bit of everything, kind of like a rover, as I mentioned in one of yesterday's videos. So Larson, banned both of them with 2 goals in the playoffs. We'll see if they get one tonight. But this has been a fun series. Looking forward to seeing how it ends tonight. Your Hart finalists, Connor McDavid, who will be favored to win this. I'd be kind of surprised if he doesn't. I think McDavid's getting out of the award show with a lot of hardware. Of course, his Oilers pushed to the brink last night, so he's hoping that they can win a couple in a row and keep the dream alive of a Stanley Cup. David Pastrnak, of course, is there. I don't think Pasternak's going to beat out McDavid, nor do I think Matthew Tkachuk does either. But Tkachuk's had a great regular season, and he's followed up with a really solid playoffs. And, yeah, so those are your Hart finalists. I also wanted to throw in here because I've been looking over social media and I've seen this. I don't know. There's a lot of comments on this officiating thing and that officiating thing and how this is wrong and that's wrong. And not only that, but now that we've got Carolina and Florida and it looks like it could be Dallas and Vegas, there's a lot of comments about, oh, this is terrible for hockey. This is going to be really bad for ratings. This is going to cost the NHL money. I think the playoffs have been really good, and I don't care where a team is from as long as the best teams win. Like, when Florida beat Boston, I didn't get mad that Boston was out because Boston was a bigger market or a more traditional market. I got mad because I was a Bruins fan, and I knew that that was one that I was going to hear about for a long time to come, and rightfully so. That being said, Florida was the better team. I thought Florida was the better team than Toronto in that series as well. And they move on to the next round. And I don't really have a problem with it. Will ratings be low? Sure. Will I see view counts drop? Absolutely. Obviously, a Toronto series will generate more interest than a Florida series, but that's okay too. I will say this from what I've seen on the channel. And I know this may be seen as a small sample size, but every time that we have a team like Florida, for instance, in this case being in the conference finals, every time that a team goes on an unexpected run, it does create new fans. I see it. I see it every year. Obviously, Vegas's first year, they created a lot of new fans. Also, there were already some fans in Las Vegas before the team was even there. Carolina's previous runs created fans. This run will create fans as well, and it all works. So there's obviously a lot of disappointment right now in certain teams not making it, but then you've just got to be better. Those teams have to be better. So, for all the comments about how ratings are going to be way down, and they might be, they absolutely might be, your best teams should be the ones that move on, and I think that's been the case. Could the officiating be better? Sure. That's been an issue throughout the NHL's existence, but I don't think it's any better or worse than what it was, say, 20 years ago. I do think that replays allow them to get more right than they did 20 years ago. There were plenty of things that before we had replays was just, yep, that's the wrong call, and that's it. And so while people are complaining now and upset now, and I understand why, sure, I get it. 20 years ago, there was a lot more that just, would get challenged now and get overturned. And back then it was just, we got to deal with it. The referee made the call, they made the call. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I think the 2023 playoffs have been a lot of fun to watch. And I'm looking forward to the Carolina-Florida series. I know, weird, huh? Anyways, Vegas. I wanted to talk about Vegas in this because last night they had the 5-minute major against Edmonton. And remember, back in 2019 when they got eliminated by San Jose, it was a 5-minute major. And in that game, that 5-minute major was one that arguably shouldn't be called. And I'm saying arguably because I don't believe it should have been called, but there are other people that do. At any rate, that power play basically derailed the Vegas Golden Knights that evening, and they ended up losing that game in overtime. Last night against the Oilers power play, which is the most lethal power play in NHL history, I guess we can say that. The numbers would back that up. They only allowed one goal in the entire 5 minutes. They didn't get rattled when that one goal went in. Didn't bother them. This is a team that has matured. I think the Vegas Golden Knights showed in that moment this is a very different team than the one that we had in Las Vegas 4 years ago. Now, part of that may very well be Bruce Cassidy. I think Bruce Cassidy is a very, very solid coach. I was going to say somewhat underrated too, but not really. I still didn't think. I mean, I like Jim Montgomery. I think he did a great job in Boston. I don't know. I probably would have kept him in Boston if I was making that call, but that's just me. But yeah, I think Vegas has shown some real growth in these playoffs. I think it's been a lot of fun to watch, and see how they've matured and they've improved. And a moment that would have thrown them off 4 years ago didn't now. That 5-minute major, not a problem. And yeah, I've been very impressed with the overall composure by Vegas during moments of adversity. Put it that way. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.